Hello friends and welcome in. My name's Jerry Hagee. This is my kitchen. We are going to be cleaning it. This is actually a video that is going to be made up of 3 parts. The first part is going to be like dishes, countertops, table. The next part will be the stove top. And then the last part will be the fridge. I'm cleaning out the inside of the fridge. So here we go. We're just cleaning up the dishes. So this is my 4-year-old daughter. She's helping me to put away the dishes. She knows that when I start to do the dishes, she runs over and she wants to help lots of times. Sometimes I ask her if she wants to help and she helps. Right now she is doing these glass bowls. They're like the ceramic ones. And I'm letting her do her thing. I'm trusting her. She has dropped things before. We have broken things. And you know what? We just clean it up. I try not to make a big mess out of it. We try to talk about, yes, glass is breakable, but all in all, I feel like I need to give her this opportunity to clean. I have 3 older kids, and I always try to include them, especially with dishes, because it's an everyday thing. They are involved in it, and so it teaches them responsibility and their own ownership over things, right? So she usually does the plastic ones, and that's what she's kind of getting at right now. She's gathering up all the plastic things and putting them away. And she does a great job, and I just feel like you have to teach them young. That just helps so that they can help you later on. Sometimes my sister and I tease our kids that there are little minions here to help us do things. And, that's okay. It helps to teach them to be real people, real functioning citizens who know how to do things. Her hands were wet, and so she wanted to wipe them off, and I was like, just wipe them off on your little apron. It looks so cute. Every time she put something away, because this is the dirty dishes, right? So all of them are like wet, and so anyways, she went over to the towel, dried her hands off. But it is so fun to see your kids like imitating you. Like, watch, I put this pot in here, and then she grabs it and pretends to put it in there too. Like, it's just really cute that she is learning how to do that. And there she is, moving her stool over because she knows I'm going to start doing the dishes soon, so she wants to be in the water as well. And my intention with this video was just to be there with you while you do clean your kitchen. So maybe you want to do your dishes with me, or clean your stove or your countertops, or whatever it is. Just pick something and let's do it together. Also, just a quick disclaimer that sometimes my voice may not sound the same because I'm doing the voiceover throughout the course of a day, so don't mind me. I don't always have a free hour for doing this. And little Miss Independent has to do her little dishes too, so she's got like a little container of water she's going to be playing with while I'm doing the dishes. Sometimes she helps me in the regular dishwater, but this time she just made a little container and she's dumping it. And this is such good practice for young ones, if you have any young ones, to practice dumping water and playing in water. Like, it's good for them to just practice that, and then they learn that skill, and then they can do it on their own, like filling a pitcher of water or whatever they need, right? One of her other favorite tasks that we do in the summertime and springtime is to water the plants. So we have flowers out on our front deck, and she likes to help me water them. So she'll get a little pitcher of water and she'll dump some on the flowers, and she makes sure she doesn't water them too much. And it's really cute just to seeing her become like a functioning person. I keep saying functioning, and that's not really what I mean. I just mean like she is just becoming a person who is just wanting to help and is helping, and just her own little self. You can see my daughter is off doing her own thing now. She's done with the dishes. She is watching her show now, so she's helped me do her chores, so she gets a little bit of screen time so that I can finish my chores. And we have got about 1.5 minutes left of doing dishes, and then I'm gonna move on to doing the table. So, how much do you guys love doing dishes? It is one of those chores that just is constant, right? Like, you have to keep doing it. Wouldn't it be nice to have a maid who could just do your dishes for you? Your dishes, your laundry, those daily chores that just have to get done, but like I don't want to do them. I'm sure you guys don't want to do them either. Here we are, scrubbing away some pots and pans and just making life a little cleaner. I am so glad that I have these videos because it's been good motivation for me to clean and stuff. Like, I'm a pretty good cleaner as it is, but like knowing that I'm going to be filming just helps to make it a little bit more creative and a little bit more fun. And anytime you can make chores more fun, then that's a win. Oh, check this glass out. So it's one of those Olympic glasses from the Calgary Olympics way back in 1988. My parents had collected all of these wine glasses. Like, our family does not drink alcohol, but they were like available through like the gas station or something like that. And so my mom and dad have like a collection of like 40 of these ridiculous glasses that we never use for anything. But my kids think that it's so fun to have such a fun glass. Oh, look, done the dishes. We're onto tables. Anyways, they love ththese fun little glasses. They're like little novelty items for them. And I would love to get rid of them, but the kids like them, so I'm going to hang on to them. It's just one of those things that like I would like to declutter that, but they want them, and so I'll be hanging on to them because that's something special for them. And I'm not that mom who's going to be like, no, I don't care, this is my house, because they live here too, and they have a right to keep their things here too. Now, I'm a person, when I clean, I don't normally wear an apron, but I put this one on. I'm just kind of trying it out. We got it from our church, and it says, I think it said something like, "We are his hands," or something like that, just to encourage service and stuff like that. Anyways, I just thought that it was interesting. I've never really worn an apron to clean, but I watch Feral Tradwife, and sometimes she'll put on an apron, and so it kind of inspired me. Also, I was thinking about buying a Leroy apron from Feral Tradwife because Leroy's bad dog, but he is freaking adorable. So, was thinking about that. So I was like, well, I should see if I actually want to wear an apron first. So I'm trying this one out, and then we'll see. I might get one for Christmas. I do really enjoy that it helps keep my shirt clean, like while I'm trying to clean. Okay, here's the state of the island. I wanted to do a little before swipe just to show there's crummies everywhere. Little lady is having a snack. She's already changed into a dress. She loves dresses because she loves to twirl. So we got to put on a dress every day or two. And yeah, she just looks like a little girl from Little House on a Prairie or something like that. And look, we are a house on the prairie, so that kind of works for her. We live on the prairies of southern Alberta. We are outside of a larger city center and a smaller town, so we just get to live out here. We have about 2.5 acres that we live on, and then we live next to my in-laws who have a small farm. It's like hobby-sized farm, so we're not big-time farmers or anything like that. And the only animals around us are cows, and that's all the animals that they own. We own a rabbit, and we have a cat, and that is all the animals that are around us. But it's enough. It keeps us busy, and it's just like a little hobby side work for my husband and his dad. My husband doesn't actually own any of the animals, but he helps his dad with it because, that's what happens when you move closer to home. Then all of a sudden you're responsible for your parents' hobbies. I recently recorded a video about how I care for this wood island. It's a maple butcher block island, and I recorded how I oil it and take care of it. And so if you're interested in that, I'm going to put it on the screen here, and you guys can watch that. If you have any wood cutting boards, I also have wood cutting boards, or even like wooden utensils, you can also oil and wax those, and it helps just with their longevity and helps so that they last and they don't break in your hands while you're trying to stir cookie dough. Last weekend for Remembrance Day, my mom and my sister and I got together and we made cookie dough so that we could freeze it and have it for the holidays. You just bring out a roll of cookie dough, cook it up, and then you've got fresh cookies. And it's like amazing, and I love my sister for this. So while we were making the cookie dough, my sister was sharing how she can't use the little wooden spoons that have like the thinner handles because she breaks them. So I forgot to mention this to her, but you can oil and wax them, and it helps them last a little longer. Here is a little reveal. This is after doing the dishes, cleaning the counters and the table, and I've got to do the garbage still. So we are going to get on and do the garbage, and then I will move on to the stove. I recorded this video in 3 parts over the course of a few weeks, actually. And so this one was done shortly after Thanksgiving here in Canada. So like the middle of October. So it's probably been close to a month since I've actually filmed this, and now I'm doing the voiceover. And actually, fun fact, if you watched my cleaning closet clean out video, these are the clothes that I was wearing because I did that filming after I did this kitchen clean. So there you go. Fun fact of the day. Okay, here we go. So this is a new day, cleaning the stovetop. And I'm going to be washing the grills. I have a gas stovetop. The soap just slipped right out of my hands. I have a gas stovetop, and so I just wanted to clean the grills first and then clean the stovetop itself. If you have a gas stovetop, then you know all those little crummies fall down in there, and it constantly looks just kind of messy. But it is relatively easy to clean. I just don't always get around to doing it. So it ends up looking like this. And it doesn't take very long for it to look like this either. So before you judge me, I have teenagers cooking sometimes, my husband cooking, and I love him, but he's not really the cleanest guy. You know, he's a good guy, but he's not the cleanest. And so it's been probably about a month. I did a YouTube short video about cleaning my stovetop, and that was, I think, around the beginning of October, middle of September. I don't even know. Anyways, every month or so, I've got to clean this up because it starts to look pretty nasty with all the little crumbs. But it is so satisfying and nice and shiny when you do get it done. I should probably clean it like every week, but gosh, I don't have time for that. You probably don't either, but if you've been putting it off, here's your sign. Let's do it together. Let's clean our stovetops together. What kind of stove do you guys have? Does anybody else have a gas stove? I used to be afraid of the gas stove, actually, and I don't know why. I think I had that lingering childhood belief that the house was going to blow up when I tried to light it, but now it's starting to get a little old, and our lighter doesn't work, the igniter. And so we have to use a barbecue lighter with it, which is fine. And I should be more scared of that, but I'm not, and it works good. But that is something we need to we need to get done. We need to have the igniter fixed on this stove. Igniter and lighter. Gee, that's like a tongue twister. Sorry, guys. If you didn't know, words are hard for me. And this has been a real challenge to do these voiceovers because I have a brain dead moments where I'm like, I don't even know what to say. So I have to pause it and think about it. And so if I would kind of jump around a little bit, that's why. Oh yeah, that was really dusty up there. I also need to learn hey, Jerry, you need to do the top thing first before you clean the bottom thing. But it wasn't as bad this time as it was the last time I did this. So I at least didn't drop little dusty crumbs all over the stovetop that I just cleaned. But you know what I really love about doing voiceovers and listening to voiceovers is that it's real people. I think because we live in this world where AI is taking over everything, it's becoming more and more rare to just have real people interacting with things because they feel like they need to get content out so much faster, and it is more efficient and it saves you time and everything to use AI. But I do find value in voiceovers because it's that's their real voice. The people are actually talking to me, and I think that's pretty cool, you guys. One of the frustrating parts I find about cleaning this stove is that the little caps that are here go over top of the flame thing. I don't know, what are they, the flame guard thing? Anyways, some of them have little stains on them that I cannot get clean, and it frustrates me a little bit. It probably would help if I cleaned it more often, but yeah, I don't. You guys know that already. So I like this little view of my kitchen. It's like you're here in the kitchen with me, and we're just, hanging out while I clean my stove. Hopefully you're cleaning too. Tell me what you're cleaning, guys. I want to know. Did you get something cleaned while you watched this video, listen to this video? And yeah, if you did, what were you working on? Oh, I also have this beef, you guys. If I do not have those little hand towel, tea towels that are tied to the stove, then my family just leaves them lying on the island or on the counter, and then I can never find it when I want to dry my hands, and it drives me nuts. So I always have one or two, apparently, tea towels attached to my stove. And so if a friend or family member is listening to this, I could always use more of those. Just, Christmas is coming. When I picked a sink out for our home, I picked this giant sink basin, and it has paid off because look, I can fit all these giant racks in here, and I have no problem soaking those, and I love it. So when I do my regular dishes, I have that small white Tupperware thing, so I don't have to fill up the whole sink with water, and that has worked really well. So if you guys are building a new house, I totally recommend a giant sink tub. It's really great. These little red things help so that we don't accidentally turn on the stovetop without meaning to. I only have 2 of them left because, kids. And so I just put them on the least used burners, and then that way they don't accidentally get turned on, and, gas in the house. I was already afraid about the house blowing up, so having gas hanging out in the house just doesn't sound like a good idea. And we've lost one of the knobs already. Actually, I don't think it's lost, but the back of it broke kind of, so it doesn't really go back on the way it's supposed to. So I only have 4 of them instead of 5, which is all right. I mean, I only use 2 burners most of the time anyways, the front 2, Does anybody else do that? Occasionally a back one, but never do I use all of them. I hardly ever use the middle one. When I use the middle one, it's to cook corn in my roasting pan, which that works really well for us. We can put, about 8 cobs in my roasting pan, and we put it on that middle griddle burner, and it works really well for that. And no, those are not real tattoos that are on my arm and my hand. Those are just the little stick-on ones that my daughter is quite fond of, and so she likes to share those with me. So I have them in this video as well as some of my other videos because she just got some for her birthday, and so she was helping us decorate our arms with them. And they glow in the dark, so who wouldn't love that? When we built our house in 2014, we moved in 2015, it was very popular to have white kitchens, and I just, I don't do the popular thing. Not usually anyways. And so I just really loved the warmth that this darker walnut color gave, and I just felt like I do not want white in my kitchen. I know that it's supposed to be easy to keep clean, but is it really? I don't know. So anyways, you'll notice that even though my kitchen is relatively new, I'm not a white kitchen person, and I just wanted plain cabinet fronts, and so that is why they are just slabs. So maybe I'm boring, I get it, and it's not for everybody, but it is for me. This is your sign to do whatever it is that you want, not what's just popular. Because you know what? You want to make yourself happy, and if you have to live with it, then it's most important for you to choose what is true to you. So that is the motto that I am living by nowadays, and I hope that you do too. That was how many times can I say you in one sentence? It was a challenge. Go back and tell me, how many times did I say you? So since we're talking about the age of my house, let's talk about how appliances just never last as long as they used to. Maybe it's the energy efficiency in them. It makes them last shorter. I don't know. You guys, I am a little skeptical. Why is everything energy efficient, but we have to buy it 3 times as much as we would have back in the day? I know. Energy efficiency is good. Our planet is important, but then if we're throwing away more things, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? That's just my logical thinking. Or maybe it's illogical. I don't know. What do you guys think about energy savings and how long appliances last? And here we are with the 3rd day of cleaning the kitchen. This is now earlier this week, actually. and I am just clearing off the fridge. Actually, my daughter back there in the backyard ground, I told her to clean up the living room, and so that's what she's doing. She's throwing the cushions away, and then she brushes her hands. That's so cute. I am also a mom who loves to showcase my kids' art. And so I love it when they bring home a little drawing or something that they've made and we can hang it on the fridge. Like, that is something special and important for me. And so this fridge will always have papers on it. That little pink one, it has just meal ideas, which I love to have on my fridge so that I can just quickly glance at it if we're trying to think of something to make for dinner. And then, of course, calendar. You gotta have a calendar. So, and then next to the calendar, I keep a list that is on the fridge, and then that way we can quickly jot down what groceries we need, and then that way I just have it there on the fridge. And if somebody is out of something, like for lunches and stuff, I can just be like, go add it to the list, and then when I go to buy my groceries, at least I can get those things that are on the list, even if I forget all the other things, or I buy another package of mushrooms even though I already have some. That's just our little inside joke. If you watched my pantry video from last week, you'll know what I'm talking about. And then this black thing stuck on the fridge, it's like a chalkboard sticker kind of thing. And then I have some chalkboard pens that I use for it, but if you can see the dates, it says March and April on them because I haven't updated it in forever. So that's my bad. In February, I did a meal planning video, which I'll link here if you guys are interested. And in it, I just shared how I plan my meals usually when I'm on top of things, but I'm not always on top of things. You guys, I'm not a perfect person, okay? And then these chalk paints were just stuck on here, but I did get them off. Spoiler alert, they did come off eventually. This was our chore on this day before my daughter could watch her shows, and so that's why she's helping me to clean off the fridge. Okay, off she goes to go watch her Gabby Cats on the TV. It's Gabby's Dollhouse. I don't know if you guys have kids that watch that, but it is a cute little show about kitty cats, so she loves it. I am curious if anybody else who's living in Canada is being affected by the Canada Post strike. They just went on strike this week. And I hear it's kind of bad in the bigger centers. Out here, we haven't really noticed yet anything, but I'm sure there'll be a delay in everything, right? Like shipping and regular mail and all that kind of good stuff. But, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at this nastiness that gets stuck in this crevice. Yuck. Okay, and here we are finally looking at the inside. We have got not that much food in here. Actually, we've got lots of food that we need to use up for leftovers. But we are going to get groceries soon, and that is why I wanted to get the fridge cleaned up so that it was ready. So now I'm going to start taking stuff out of the fridge and getting ready to wash shelves and all that jazz. I keep saying good stuff, jazz, I don't know. I'm trying not to repeat myself as much as possible because that gets boring. But anyway, here you get an intimate look at what our family eats. We have got some steaks, some potatoes, some tortillas. Ow, the cat just clawed me. Why did you do that? That was so rude. Oh, cats. We got all these farm fresh eggs, which I love that. We have a friend who has chickens here, and so that we're able to buy eggs from them. That is a lot cheaper than buying it from the grocery store. I don't know if they really taste any better. They're not free-run chickens, but they're local at least. So I'm going to wash off these, I have to finish cleaning out my sink right now, and then I'm going to wash off the shelves, the glass shelves that belong in the fridge. I don't know if I'm alone here, but have you guys seen some of the content popping up that's your winter arc, get to your goals before the new year starts kind of thing. It's basically just push hard. Because if you don't push hard now, then it makes the new year harder. Anyways, while I do make goals in life, I think it's kind of dangerous to be like push, push, push. And I do think that our lives come in seasons and like phases. So like sometimes our bodies need rest. It's just like the earth. The earth needs winter because things need a resting period, where they can like root down deeper and stuff. And I think that that is important for us too. And I say this especially as a mother. Like, I don't want my girls to grow up, and I don't target my girls, but boys too. But I think it's forced on girls a little bit more. Not forced. You see it more in like women channels and contents and things like that, where it's like all the stereotypical stuff, like read a self-help book, wake up at 5:30 a.m., go for a run, eat only greens for a whole week, or, I have no idea. Some of it's ridiculous. And I just want my girls to know that, like, they need to listen to their bodies. And if their body is like, I am tired, then it is okay to take a rest. Like, the other dangerous one that is, like, floating around is that 75 hard or 50 hard. And it's like working out twice a day for 75 days and eating great and drinking great. And while all those are good goals, I think the bad part is where they hold themselves to like that. You cannot fail. If you fail, you have to restart. That is ridiculous. Like, you're setting yourself up for failure, and you're going to hate yourself. All this to say, I'm a girl of moderation. Like, it's good to have those good habits, to try and focus on healthy habits, but to, do it with moderation and do it at your skill level. Like, I don't think you need to push yourself so hard just because that is what other people have done. Like, you are your own unique individual, and your body has been through different things than everybody else's bodies. And I think it's important to tailor your goals to your life and your situation. And we can't just be copy and paste anymore. Like, our lives need to be unique, and we need to pay attention to what we need individually. I love doing that flat lay look. It is one of my favorite. And this island is like perfect for it. All right, I'm going through my greens. These are like the things that I bought with the good intention of eating healthy. And sometimes it doesn't happen, and these greens go to my rabbit. As what happened this time around. I did rescue some of them, like use some of them, but some of them went to the rabbit. Our bunny's name is Hopscotch. He's adorable, and he is one of my favorites because he eats things that I can't eat anymore. Oh, my cat's head just like popped right up when I said my favorite. It's like she was taking personal insult to that. Which, Tiger, you're my favorite, don't worry. Because you get to sit in my lap. Hopscotch doesn't sit in my lap. He's like a big giant bunny who is too scared of me to sit on my lap. So in a recent video, I did a Q&A where I was painting pumpkins and then just answering some questions about me, get to know me questions and stuff, because I thought that was fun. And then I asked in one of my community posts if anybody else had any other questions. And someone posted about, how did I get so good with money? Like, how did I learn about money? And so I thought I'd really quickly share that with you guys here now. So first off, some of my earliest memories are in my grandma's store. It was a very small little corner store. And so we spent time like stocking shelves and helping at the cashier thing. What is that called? Cash register. And they also had a post office there, so handing out the mail to the people. And so I was around money from a young age, like probably from the time I was 4 till, after I got out of high school. I was counting money and just, around it. And from a young age too, I always wanted to start my own little business. I was telling my friend the other day, my first business that I can remember doing was I wanted to start a little massage parlor thing, and I was probably about 12. Oh yeah, look at the inside of the fridge. This is ridiculous. Like just the juice stain, the crumbs. This fridge needed a little help. And I did just wash the fridge out in like August, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. So anyways, I started this little business when I was 12. I was going to give massages to my family, and I was going to call the business Pampers, like the diaper. Yeah, that was a total ripoff. I would have been sued for that if I actually had a business, but it wasn't, Anyways, it sparked a little bit of interest in me and just like making money and entrepreneurship and just doing things for myself a little bit. And then when I got older, I was teaching dance. I worked in like a clothing boutique, and also I worked at a Walmart photography studio, you guys. I was there to give you guys your little portraits. I'm going to say you guys, like you came and saw me because we're friends, And then I was just like a poor, struggling student who I had to budget. If I didn't budget, I wouldn't have had money. Like, I feel like when DJ and I were young, like I was making, I think, $9 when I was at the Walmart portrait studio. He was making like maybe 15. He was doing some carpentry stuff at that time. So yeah, like we just weren't making any money. We were just barely making rent. I remember we rented from my parents, and we were paying them rent, but like there were some months when we couldn't pay rent. So we had to like work for them, do some jobs around their house and stuff like that to help pay for rent. Oh, and I didn't share, my dad is an accountant, or he did accounting. And so I think that just kind of sparked a little bit of interest in me too. Like I did one accounting class in high school. I didn't really do tons. And like I've thought of pursuing that as a career, but ultimately that just wasn't for me. So I didn't do that. But that could maybe have played into why I am interested in money, I guess. I wouldn't say I'm great at it, you guys. Like, you've seen my budgets. If you watch some of my older videos, I've got budget videos, and you'll see I go over budget all the time. Like, I am not perfect. Not at all. And off camera, I had to figure out how to get this glass out because I know it comes out. But I didn't want to struggle with it while I was trying to film myself. So I figured that out. And then I brought you in for the action. But I like to take it out because there's like milk that gets stuck in between the glass and the plastic, and then it stinks. Like, it's gross. So I think that my life purpose is researching, compiling, gathering, and organizing information, ideas, and things, and then presenting and teaching that to others. And I've seen this play out in my life in many different ways, like teaching dance. And when I was teaching dance, I created like a step directory, and I taught other little teachers, younger teachers, how to teach. So, like a teaching workshop, and like I love making workbooks and stuff like that. And then I do drafting for like my day job. It's a huge part of my job. I have to research things. I have to look up how are things made and how does this work, and trying to make the information clear on drawings. And, honestly, I'm often called upon by my peers, the people that work with me, about how to answer things. Like, we're pretty good about, like, asking each other things and tossing things around. But, like, quite often, if it's a software question, like, they'll come to me and ask, hey, have you had this happen? Or how does this work? And I love brainstorming, that kind of stuff. And I naturally take a leadership position to get things done. In fact, in more recent years, I've been overwhelmed with just the amount of stuff that I have to do. And so I actively try not to take a leadership role because I'm tired. I need less responsibility in my life right at the moment. Oh, The other thing is, like, I am like a podcast or online course junkie. Like, I feel like I want to get all the details. And when I am taking like these courses and stuff, I'm like writing notes, and like I want to be able to share the info one day, kind of like. I've always loved organizing, whether it's my room or other people's spaces, supplies, digital files, photos. I actually really enjoy it. And then searching for answers, even in my general conversations, I'm always looking something up to confirm or to learn more. Like, my friends will be like, hey, remember that Charlie Brown movie and this thing that happened? And I'll look up on Wikipedia about like all about the history of Charlie Brown, and like, oh man, I don't know, maybe I have some weird neurological thing going on, but you know, it is what it is. And then of course this YouTube channel. Like, I started this channel, I wanted to be able to share information, ideas, and here I am, organizing and cleaning my house and sharing things with you guys. And I really love it, you guys. It is so much fun. So anyways, we are winding down with this clean, and I just wanted to share with you guys, if you like this kind of information and this type of content, then please follow. I am planning on posting a decluttering challenge for the month of December, where I am getting rid of 1,001 things from my home. I've already started filming this, and you guys, I'm definitely going to have 1,000 things. Like, there is a lot of stuff in this house that I can get rid of. And if you would like to join the decluttering challenge, then please do. I am going to be posting more information about it come November 29th. I think that's the Friday. That'll be my video. It'll be like an intro to it, just to kind of explain what my guidelines are. And I'm going to plan on having a little workbook that you guys can have, and just like a little PDF thing you can print out, and with like little checklists of things that you can maybe declutter, or just to help spark ideas in you. So stay tuned, subscribe, and I hope to see you then. Bye.